Hello and welcome to GPTV on Tuesday the 27th of June. I'm Gary Peer.
And I'm Darren Krongold.
You are indeed. Thank you, Darren, for coming along and co-anchoring with me while Philip is off and about. And we'll give him a week off. I think there's been enough times he's done this with you without me, so let's let him have one back. Darren, we've had a busy weekend, at least busy for June, not busy for us.
No.
But, we're going to that winter kind of, not slumber, but traditional quiet time.
Quiet time.
Although inquiry's still very good.
Yeah, no, they're okay. I mean, look, it is traditional winter. It's not the same traditional winters we've had in the past because they were a lot busier. But, the inquiry's still there, but, it's up and down. It's up and down.
It's a funny market. It's a mixed market. I described it the other day as boom and gloom because it's kind of interesting that, some things are just red hot. Mm-hmm. Some things are selling as well and better than they ever have, I suppose. And then other stuff is just almost like it's very quiet, So it's very, very hard to pick. And there's a lot of mixed signs and mixed messages, and it's a little bit confusing. And we don't know whether it's because of all the interest rates. We don't know it's because a lot of people are away. We don't know whether it's just because there are some sweet spots in the market times. We're seeing now a shift in landlords. They are now starting to say, look, we've had enough of this impost. So a lot of people are saying to us, we've had a number of sellers approach us saying, we paid stamp duty on the way in. We understand we're going to pay tax on the way out, but can we at least get the rent when we're here? Well, we've got the compliance. We've had the COVID, reduction in rental. And now, of course, there's this new land tax impost that a lot of investors have said they've had about enough and they're out of here.
Yeah,
You're seeing a few of those people as well?
Yes, I am. And they're just finding that the state government tax implications that have been thrown at them is just not enjoyable in their investments at the moment. So we're finding a few are starting to hit the market.
And a few people are hoping, and wanting the rents to go up to match some of that pain. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. So there's a bit of doom and a bit of boom, It's a bit interesting. So we'll call this the boom and gloom episode because there's both. There's great stuff and there's not so great stuff. Interesting weekend, good clearance rate again, thankfully. But probably I had every auctioneer's just about worst nightmare happened to me on the weekend, which you were there. And of course, those that know auctions or go to auctions would understand that, we use microphones or speakers and we have a halftime break. It's not unusual for auctioneers to have a halftime break and where they go and they consult very privately with the vendor of the property. So we've done that at this auction on the weekend and gone inside and chat to the vendor, had a very confidential discussion around what some of the things the options are for the vendor. Do we go on the market? Do we pass the property in? How do we deal with what's going on out there? And of course, it is a very private discussion. Someone's knocked on the door and said, your microphone is still on. Well, of course, that's probably every auctioneer's nightmare. It usually happens once in every auctioneer's career. Those that use speakers anyway, happened to me probably 30 years ago. I think it happened to Philip maybe 35 years ago. And of course, I double checked that everything was off and I couldn't work out. I started doubting myself. So I've gone back out to the crowd, reopened the auction, and of course, absolutely looked at everybody thinking, you must think that I'm the biggest idiot auctioneer that's ever walked. And I've said to one of our team, how come we didn't turn the speakers off? And they looked at me puzzled and I said, well, I left the mic on, why didn't you turn it off? So the discussion was kept private and everyone didn't get to hear the halftime discussion. Anyways, it turns out, luckily, well, not really luckily, but as it happened, it wasn't at all on. And this particular client gave me a heart attack because they were sort of standing outside the door and could hear some discussion muffled through the door. So thankfully the speakers weren't lifted on. But that could have been, I was thinking about the end of my real estate career. Maybe I'll work on my golf a little bit, spend some more time with the family. It wasn't looking so bad, but anyway, I'm back to work on Monday.
That's it.
And back we go. The other thing that happened on the weekend that was amazing was, we won't necessarily call out where or what, but we had a one bid auction, Darren. Now you've seen this happen before.
Yep.
It's an interesting strategy, isn't it?
It was a very strong bid and it was very high, well above the reserve and pushed out the second bidder.
So,
it worked. It worked. It worked for the vendor.
And it worked for the buyer. And it's an interesting thing because, I've had people say before, because everybody at an auction, every person that generally isn't participating in an auction is an expert in how the auction should be run by both the agent, the vendor and the buyer. But it's amazing how people have said, look, people should just have a knockout bid and that's it, make one bid. And this particular buyer, I think, positioned their bid very well because they did it above the range. So they knew that it was probably going to meet the vendor's expectations. They did it at a point where it stifled other buyers from bidding, and there were other buyers there.
And they got spooked.
And they got spooked. So you'll never really know. It sort of killed the momentum. It got the buyer what they wanted. It got the vendor what they wanted. So an interesting discussion, and probably something I'll reopen when Philip's here, because no doubt Philip's not short of an opinion.
No.
See what he has to say. But the one bid auction happened on the weekend, and it was on the market. One bid, bang, sold. So I said to you during the auction, I hope we're not getting paid by the bid here, Darren. Because it wouldn't have been a very lucrative one. But
I asked the bidder. I said, "Very strong bid. Did you have to be somewhere?" He said, "Yeah, I've got a lunch."
Yeah, fair enough.
I said, fine. There you go.
All of our vendors are now rescheduling their auctions to 11:30 or 12:30, so they can get those one bid person before lunch.
Yeah.
We've also had we've got a very busy viewer here, John, who is from Miami and always writes interesting. He's actually written a poem now, which I would recite, but it's quite a lengthy poem, but thank you, we appreciate it. And he's very much connected in with the Philip and Gary humour, so thanks for that, John, enjoy it. And he's coming, we're going to get him, I think, maybe on GPTV, if he'll accept our invitation, if you dare to accept. Darren, let's talk about some of our auctions on the weekend, some of our results. I know you were active with a few. We've also got some homes to talk about and to review. Your team's forever expanding. How many are we now in your team?
Oh, okay.
The Prestige team.
The Prestige team. There's now 9 of us in the team, including our 2 PAs.
So, this team is headed by Darren and Sally and Joel and Daniel Fisher, a variety of directors and partners, and has, of course, the wonderful Eliza, who does all of our admin. And Maz, of course, who does our admin. I mean, this team is a team that probably is only that team within our team is responsible for probably 70 or 80% of all the Prestige sales in and around the city of Glen Ira. So that team just keeps going from strength to strength. We've got some new people, young people coming through, which is also very good. Should we talk about some of the sold properties, Darren? Some of them you know about. Let's talk about 32 Aruna Road in Caulfield North. Now, that's an interesting home. We've been involved with that home, sold it once before.
Yes.
And congratulations to the vendor and the buyer alike. Yeah, Tell us a bit about that home.
Fabulous home, 60s style. These people renovated it beautifully inside. It was in original condition when we first sold it to them. They added an incredible pool and backyard area and did a nice renovation inside, and we've got a fabulous result for them yesterday.
How big's the block of land there?
900.
900 square metres. So great to be in the Golden Mile. I opened that auction and talking about the fact that I was recently in Palm Springs, which so many homes in that Golden Mile are Palm Spring inspired, those mid-century classics, Darren. And this is one of them. So great pleasure to bring that to the market. Busy Sunday afternoon in Bamboo Road. I had a couple of auctions there. We can disclose the prices on that. 315 Bamboo Road, which is on the corner of Steele Street. That was very popular. It was expected to get in the 8s, but ran into the 9s and sold for $951, with 4 bidders going strongly for that.
Fabulous.
So congratulations. Lots of young people coming into the market. They've been looking for a while, the people that ended up buying it. And we actually ended up just selling next door as well, Darren, which happened to be a little bit of a sneaky, quiet sale. Sneaky's probably not the best.
No, not sneaky.
So maybe just a discreet, quiet sale would be better, wouldn't it? But that was next door. So number 313 also sold for a similar amount, as it turned out. And then we've gone up to 198 Bamboo Road, Darren. We've seen as many as 5 bidders compete for this fabulous property, which has been in the same hands for some 35 years. So congratulations to the vendor, who's the most delightful gentleman, and been there, used it as both professionally, used it personally, lived there, and also used it as an investment.
Yeah, well, that price range between 1.3 and 1.5 in the moment, very strong.
That is a strong price
very
range,
strong affordability range for a lot of people. We've had a lot of sales in that part of Caulfield throughout the year, and there's lots of sales between 1.25 and 1.5. So
that seems to be the hotspot, doesn't it?
Very good own property and selling stuff in that range at the moment.
That's
if you
true.
can get them.
If you can, and I know one of the bidders there was looking at something we had in Lansdowne Road, and also something else that we had in Byron Street, and something else that we had in Normanby Road as well. So there's been a lot of active cross-moving of buyers in that particular price range, but it did sell for $1,356,000, which is around about $100,000 over the top of the range and the reserve. So well done to the vendor there, and thanks for the opportunity. We go to Brighton, and we had the pleasure of selling. I didn't get to auction because it sold before auction, but well done to Jan Dosen and the team in Bentley, who sold number 15 Peacock Street. Beautiful looking home. Did you have a look through that home, or did you see all the images and stuff?
No, I didn't get to see that one, but it was a great result.
Beautiful property, great result, and the price guide was well into the high 2s, and that's where it sold, but price is officially undisclosed. And we did sell one before auction in Alexander Street. 9 at 88 Alexander Street, St Kilda East, which Jeremy Rosens and Daniel McMucker put away before auction right inside the range and sold for $860,000 within the range of 8 to 880. We've got a weekend coming up this weekend, which I wouldn't say is a busy weekend, but there will be some good results and some of the auctions will be busy. It's a bit of a quiet one in terms of volume, but there's always something going on. Shall we review these together, Darren?
Have a look at these.
Let's start off by talking a little bit about this property in Holloway Street in Ormond, which kicks off at 10:30 a.m, being auctioned by Leo Samuel, handled by Mark Wynn. Do you want to tell us about that?
Yeah, sure. This is a fabulous one-bedroom apartment, one bathroom and one car spot with a massive big courtyard. Wish the boys good luck on the weekend there.
We had a one-bedroom apartment in Dandenong Road also I want to just talk about. You know, so a lot of people have said to us over the years, oh, you shouldn't auction one-bedroom apartments. They don't create competition. Well, I tell you what, if you were at 301 at 1131, we'll put some images up of this in Dandenong Road, Malvern East, you would certainly think differently if you were at that auction, because this property sold for $502,000, which was $100,000, 20% more than we expected or thought, or more than 20%. So well done to Jack Slater.
They had a lot of bidders there. And
a lot of bidders, five bidders.
Five bidders and four that didn't even get a chance to bid. So 9 bidders were actually going into that auction, were there on the day.
To perform,
To perform, which is just extraordinary and fantastic.
We love Horn Street. The good joke of Horn Street always is the fact that Horn Street used to be home to the Daily Planet massage parlour, so there's always a bit of fun with the name of that street. I'm not sure which came first, the Horn or the Daily Planet. Right. But we are selling 12 at 39 Horn Street, Elsternwick. I've got the auction honours there. Tell us about this home.
Yeah, there's a great terrace here, 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom and 2-car spot. And Lamora and Nikki have got that on Saturday, so good luck.
Looking forward to auctioning that one. Same time at 12:30, we're going to be in Koonang Road. This time, Rishi handles this particular sale and Leo Samuel is the auctioneer.
Looks like it's a refurb block. It's a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom, 1-car spot. And good luck to the boys in Rishi and Oliver on that one.
201 at 1298 Glen Huntley Road, Carnegie. Graham Callan auctions this terrific 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment in an affordable price range there, Darren.
Yep, boys are busy in Carnegie. In Glen Huntley Road, another refurbished block, which is great, or not refurb, I think it's a brand new building. 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 1-car spot, and Graham and Dan have got that, so good luck on Saturday for that one.
If you're going to get to one auction this weekend where you want to see some competitive bidding and some excitement, come along at 10:30 a.m. I'll have to have an early night on Saturday night, but I'm looking forward to getting to Armand Street, one of my favourite streets in Caulfield South, and that auction's at 10:30 a.m.
Yes, this is a great one. This is going to be very popular on Sunday. Leor's got this, 5 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 2-car spot, 3-car spots he's got it down as. Fabulous weatherboard home on 649 square metres. Good sized block. We wish him luck.
Great looking period home too. Yeah. Got a beautiful facade, looking forward to that. Wilgar Street, another great address in East St Kilda. That one goes to auction with Leo at 11:30 a.m.
Yeah, great apartment here, 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom, 1-car spot. And it looks like it's been nicely tidied up and renovated for the sale, not for the sale, but nice renovation and nice block. Good position.
Darren, I'm looking forward to auctioning in Kalimna Grove, which is just one up from Wilgar. This is a great looking property, in beautiful order, ready to live in as is, and some people are talking about taking it to the next step as well. But tell us a bit about 12 Kalimna Grove.
Fabulous period home, single fronted, 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, beautifully presented, and we wish them luck on the weekend.
Got a lovely private garden to that one. Looking forward to auctioning that one, although could get sold before auction. You never know. I know there's someone knocking at the door. Right. 12:30 on Sunday, we are going to be in Glen Ira Road. I get to do another auction in Philip's absence. I'm loving all the auction action. I'm enjoying it. And I love this block too, 10 at 302 Glen Ira Road. Yeah. Great location.
I've sold in this block in the past. It's a great block, and this is a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom and 1-car spot, and I'm sure it'll go well.
Sunday, that's Mark Kirkham handling that one, as he is our next auction at 1:30 on Sunday, which Leo Samuel gets to have the auction honours with, and that is in Inkerman Street, St Kilda.
Yes, this is in the vibrant Inkerman Street area of St Kilda, and this is a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom and 1-car spot, and it's a new building. It's got a nice big balcony, and it looks like it's got a very nice floor plan. So
and it looks like pretty good value.
Yeah, good value.
Looks like really good value. So that brings down the curtain on the not so busy or big weekend in terms of volumes of auction, but we expect some of those auctions to be very busy, Darren, and very active. Before we go, though, we've got a property that we want to talk about in Spring Road, which is an upcoming auction. It's like a property of the week. Love the look of this home, 4A Spring Road in Caulfield South. Leon Guzenfeld is handling this. I know Philip's looking forward to the auction. Tell us a bit about this really beautiful looking property.
Yeah, it's a fabulous townhouse, and Spring Road's a fabulous street in South Caulfield. Very popular. It's a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom, 2-car spot, and just a beautiful townhouse.
So we're looking forward to bringing that one to the market. That one's coming up and creeping up on you. And there is a bit happening out there in the real estate world. So certainly, if you're looking to buy, now's a good opportunity. There isn't a huge selection, but what there is out there is good. And maybe as a buyer, you might be able to save a few dollars, because as we roll into spring so often, we see a bit of a price swing and a bit of an upshift. So now could be the time the smart money jumps in with some of the opportunities that are out there, because there's certainly some sumptuous offerings out there in the marketplace, albeit not at huge volume. Darren, you've had a bit of a break, as have I. Ready for the rest of the year. We've the first half is done and dusted. What do you think is going to happen for the rest of this year? How are you feeling about the late winter and spring period? Well,
I'll be happy to see winter gone, because I don't enjoy winter. So I think August, late July this year seems to be busy for auction, for the period which we normally don't get so busy in. But I think August and September are already starting to show signs of getting busy. So we'll see. We might have an early start for spring, and then we'll see what spring brings.
And of course, Crongol girls, 2 out of 3 of them are working for our business. Your youngest daughter's a little bit too young yet, but they're doing a great job.
Both
you must be
it.
Proud of them, doing some wonderful work, both in the office and on the coffee van, and running a variety of areas. So well done to the Crongol family. It's great to have the girls doing such a wonderful job. You must be a very proud father.
They're very good work ethic. They got it from their father, so they're very good.
Oh, and their mother.
And their mother too.
Well, at least prouder than them that you might be if the Essendon Football Club didn't do so well this week, but I can't talk.
No, you can't talk.
I've got nothing to say.
It's nothing to talk about football this week.
No, let's forget about footy. Let's stick to property. That's a big wrap on GPT. Hey, Darren, thanks for coming along and joining me.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
That's a big wrap on this week's edition of GPTV. We'll look forward to seeing you on the second half of 2023 when we're back next week in our July edition of GPTV. I'm Gary Peer.
I'm Darren Crongold. Have a good week.